Okay, in this video, I want to go over how to use the law of cosines to evaluate missing side. Now, just like the law of sine, the law of cosines is another powerful technique for you to evaluate any missing side or any missing angle in any type of triangle. So it isn't just, it isn't just for the right type of triangle that you often see more than the other types of triangle. Okay, so it is very useful to always name the angle of your given triangle. So name the angles by capital letters, capital A, capital B, capital C. And just like in the previous examples, the opposite side to the angle capital A is the lowercase a. Same thing for capital B, lowercase b, capital C, and lowercase c. So it is easier when you try to set up the law of cosines, okay? Now let's just say your lowercase c is 17 and your lowercase b is 28. And your lowercase a is now replaced by the variable x. And you are to find the value of x. Well, guess what? X is the opposite to angle capital A, so we're going to have to use the first one, the first formula of the law of cosines, okay? Now, if you notice, if you have to evaluate a side, that unknown side is going to be raised to the second power equal to the first known side raised to the second power plus the second known side raised to the second power minus the product of 2 multiplying the two known sides and the cosine function of the angle that is the opposite to the side that you have to find. So if you had to evaluate, for example, if you had to evaluate lowercase b, assuming that you don't know what it is, you would have to use b squared equal a squared plus c squared minus 2 times a times c, multiply cosine of the angle that is opposite to lowercase b, which is the angle's uppercase b. Okay, so the side that you have to evaluate, the angle that is opposite to that. The two known sides are the one on the right, each of which is raised to the second power, adding together, and also subtracting the product of 2 and the two known sides, not raised to the second power, and the cosine of the angle opposite to that side that you have to evaluate, okay? So in this case, we had to use the first one to evaluate x. So instead of writing a squared, I'm going to write x squared equal. Now equals what? Well, what is b squared? Well, b squared is going to be 28 squared. Plus c squared, which is 17 squared. Minus 2 times a times b, which is 2 times, not 2 times a times b, 2 times b times c. So 2 times 28 times 17, multiply the cosine of the angle that is opposite to x, which is capital A. Oops, and I forgot to add sine. Uppercase A, my bad. This is supposed to be 79 degree. My bad, I forgot to include that. So 79 degree. Okay. Well, this is just going to be algebra. So if you type each of these into the calculator, you would get your answer right away. So that would mean what? So typing this whole thing in a calculator, I would get. So after typing in the calculator, my right-hand side equals to 891.3498364. Now notice that we always have to write down every step, okay? In the middle of writing down the work, do not round up your numbers. Always do that at the end when you get your final answer. So that's why when I get this decimal number here, I could have rounded this decimal number to the nearest 100, but instead of that, I leave it in its original form with the 0.6501636. And then the same thing right here when I subtract the decimal from 1073. Now we want to solve for x. We don't want to solve for x squared, so we have to get rid of the second exponential power. That's easy. Take a square root of both sides. So you get square root of x squared equal to square root, of 891.3498364. And of course, if you type it in your calculator, you would have 29.8554852, and that is approximately equals to I would say 29.86 if I were to round it to the nearest 100, or if I were to round it to the nearest whole number, that would be approximately 30. So this is how you do it. This is how you use the law of cosine to evaluate an unknown psi. Okay, so this is how we use the law of cosines. The bottom line is, in order to use the law of cosines, we have to know 2 of the sides and 1 of the angles. So for a squared, we have to know b and c, and the opposite angle to lowercase a, which is angle capital A. Same thing can be said for the b squared. We have to know a and c and angle capital B. Same thing for c squared. We have to know a and b and angle capital C. Okay? All right, you guys, thank you for watching. See you guys next time.